Good morning, everyone. This is Angela Fazio with Moms in Real Estate. I am here in Scottsdale, Arizona at the JW Marriott at an amazing EXP conference, and I have one of my most exciting guests today because it's Yalda Alawi, and I have known her since I think that she and I started working together in 2006. And we haven't been working together the whole time, but we reconnected lately, and she is a perfect example of a woman who's killing it in real estate and overcomes struggle and finds victory on the other side of it. So I am so excited to announce Yalda Alawi, so let's get started.
Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Hello, ladies. Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hello,
good morning.
Welcome. I'm so excited to have you on today. So some of our viewers are going to remember you, which is so exciting. But just, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yalda, and I'm here in San Diego. I've been in real estate for about 16 years. I've known Angela since 2006. And as she said, we reconnected recently, but I'm so excited because I adore her on so many levels. I am a mom. I have an 18-year-old daughter who is in the process of getting her real estate license in Arizona. So I'm really proud, and I am looking forward to chatting with you today.
Absolutely. Well, welcome.
Awesome. I love how when people's kids decide, okay, they've seen you do it for how long, and they are opting into getting into real estate, which is awesome. Because you also, don't you hear of a lot of like moms telling stories like, my kids hate real estate, like they hate it. But then when I'm like, I love when the kids actually are like, you know what, I'm going to go work with my parents, or I'm going to do what my mom does. I think that's so cool.
And that's exactly what happened. She loved it when she was a kid. She would go with me on open houses, or even some clients that had kids that I would go show homes with. She would go with me, and that was great. But then in her teenage years, she's like, never, Mom. I would never do that. Never. Yeah. And then she turned 18. Yeah, it's like, get off the phone and play with me. But now she's back in it. So it makes me really happy, and I think she'll do a fabulous job.
That's so cool.
What's so funny is I have 6 kids, and my kid that's 16, I know he could kill it. He's an introvert, but so am I, right? And so I talk to him all the time. I'm like, why don't you want to try real estate? You'd be great in sales. He's always trying to sell things at school. He plays poker at school. He's like crazy. And he's like, why would I want to do that? I'm like, don't you want money? What are you afraid of money? And he's like, I don't need money. I don't care about money. I'm like, you're going to care about money.
When you got to start paying the bills, you're going to care about money.
He's like, I don't need money. I got you. You're like, no, you don't. Not 2 years.
Bank of Mom. Mom stands for made of money. So Bank of Mom is closed now.
Why have I not heard that before?
I've never heard that either.
Yeah, I had to tell my daughter, Bank of Mom is closed. Sorry.
Bank of Mom is not open anymore. How cool.
Yeah.
So give us a little history, bring us down. I think you're so interesting, and there are so many things that have happened in your life that I'm proud of you for, and that I'm proud to know you as a strong woman, because one of the things that we advertised beforehand is you guys are going to hear from Yalda about the victory on the other side of struggle, which we talked about before, but I think that you've done really an exemplary job. So give us a little background.
Okay. So I'm an immigrant to the United States. I escaped a war-torn country at the age of 5. And fortunately, this beautiful country opened up their home and their heart to me and my family. So to just get over that and then be able to live the American dream is a testament to the beauty of this country. That's the first part. The second part is that my daughter was only 2 years old when I started real estate. I needed a career where I could take care of her, but also have flexibility on my hours. However, I was in an extremely abusive relationship, and to struggle trying to raise a child, run a business, and deal with that was, what's the word? Challenging.
Yeah. Wow.
And then after, the divorce completed, which was it's a story all in of itself, I was a single mom. So I was a single mom doing real estate, running my own business, trying to raise a child in this day and age the best I could. And there were so many times when I was just torn between trying to be the best mom I could be and trying to be the best real estate agent and be the best for my clients. So I'd had a lot of challenges that left me crying in the car on the way home many times. And so, yeah, I mean, I think I might have shared the story of how the most difficult time was when she was in the hospital a couple of years ago. But I had an out-of-town client that was a referral. I had a brand new buyer's agent I was training, and I could not change the appointment. There was no one else to take that appointment. I had to go show home, but my daughter was in the hospital. So what do you do? Like,
Yeah. What did you do?
You have to, yeah, luckily she was 16. She wasn't a baby. So I knew she was in good hands. And I said, hey, Mama's got to go. Mama's got to go, and I got to go take care of this. So got in my car, picked up my buyer's agent, drove all the way to Temecula, which is far from San Diego, showed my clients home in the rain with the keys fumbling and the no umbrella and all of that. Yeah. Luckily, he loved the home. He wanted to write offers. That was great. Dropped my agent back off, trying to show her the best example I could as a new agent, and then cried pretty much all the way down back to the hospital. Composed myself, went back in with a strong face for my daughter, and then pulled out my laptop because now I had to write an offer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's just the truth of it, But Kristen and I have had the pleasure of talking to so many women, not only on this show, but also just in the business of real estate. And unfortunately, there's nobody except, remember that one person who says they never had any troubles, Kristen?
Yeah.
Never forget that. I was like,
I don't know about that.
We all have these hard things, and what separates having that victory after the struggle and being not victorious is that willingness to push through it and cry and be strong and keep doing what you've got to be doing instead of quitting. And that's what you've been such an excellent example of my whole time that I've known you. And I only get to see, glimpses of your life. So what an excellent example. I hope that people are listening going, you know what? Maybe I'm re-inspired to not be such a weenie.
Well, and I think how, I think it's so remarkable how you could be a single mom and be able to juggle all these things. Like, that is not an easy task, but I'll go back to what I always say. Like, I love real estate because of the flexibility and what it allows us to do. And how cool is it that, you didn't have to clock in and clock out, and like, you had the freedom to be able to do that as a single mom. Like, that's huge. And I know that we've had a lot of single moms on our show that like talk about that. And it's just, I love real estate. I think that's so cool that you were able to do those, be there for your daughter while you were, it's just cool.
I mean, I agree with you on that, Kristen. I am grateful for the flexibility, but also there's more demands because you are your own businesswoman. You are running your business, your name, your reputation, the services you provide. And if you don't provide great services, you're going to have more challenges in the business. But on the other hand, you want to raise good kids and be there for them and know that you love them and, give good citizens to the world.
Yep, that's right.
Push them forward. So
the cool thing is you get to show your kids an example of a strong woman running a business and setting such a good example for her. And you are still there. Like, I feel like you are still able to be there for them. It's just showing them like, this is real life. And the cool thing is, like you said, you got to bring your daughter on appointments with you. Like, they get to be a part of that. They can't go if you're working at an office in a cubicle and be a part of that job. No, but they could come to showings with you. And like, so yes, but I think that is just so cool.
And I have a guilty little hope that I get to work with your daughter.
She says she will call you back, and I said, please make an effort. You don't know how amazing this woman is and what an impact she will have in your life. It's really important to surround yourself with people who not only are doing what you want to do and can model it, but can also support you and encourage you. My advice to moms is build a network around you. You need help. You cannot do this alone. I'm sorry. I love you with all due respect. You cannot do this alone. You don't need
want
help.
To. Why would
you'll go gray much faster and you might lose your sanity. And I'm grateful. I was great. I could call up a friend and say, hey, can you watch my kid? Or call my mom or call my sister or even other fellow real estate agents that were moms as well. sometimes there's people out there who don't have family nearby, and they're like, what do I do? Try to, and granted, this is all pre-COVID. I feel for the moms that have to juggle all this on top of the era of COVID. So my daughter is 18 now. I don't have that experience, but back then I would definitely say it was the network, the village of people around me that helped me through the good times and the bad. I couldn't have done it alone.
I also think that I have some memories of you and I like going to Joel Osteen, or you and I going and doing, just little things together that have these ripple effects in our lives. Like it could be a word or just an experience or whatever. You don't even know how positively, I'm talking to you, Yalda, how positive of a memory and like an impression that you had that you weren't probably consciously trying to do that necessarily. It just happened. And so we need to be aware of how the words of life that we're speaking into each other and the way that we're treating each other and the support that we're giving to each other, because fast forward all these years later, I reconnect with you and my heart is full, right? And this is the kind of impressions and encouragement that we should be purposefully sowing into each other's lives.
Absolutely.
I agree. It is so important who you surround yourself with, and especially in real estate, I feel like there's so many people that like look at real estate as like a lonely business, and it's like, it doesn't need to be like that. There's so many good people. I can't stress that enough. Like exactly what you said is find your tribe, and they'll push you to do better than you do on your own,
So we talked about that. We're going to talk about the victory on the other side of struggle. And we heard a little bit about your struggle, but I know your life now has this beautiful rainbow over it, right? So talk about now, like you're in love and you've got a great business. So talk to us about that a little bit.
Thanks. There are still a few clouds that happen. That's kind of, you can't have the rainbow without the rain, right? But since then, I did take some time off real estate. There was a time when I realized I need to focus on my child, and she needed it, and I'm glad I did. And fortunately, I had a good partner who I'm very grateful for. He was able to support us and provide for us, so I could do that. And then once she was in a better place, I re-entered real estate, honestly, just in August. I just got back in, and within a few days, I had clients closing escrows, writing contracts, getting back into it. And I'm really excited about the upcoming year. But I live in beautiful Carlsbad. I have a beautiful home. I have wonderful people around me, both far away in my little computer and even close by. So there is definitely victory on this other side of struggle. Just when the saying goes, I think, is when you're in hell, keep walking, keep going, keep pushing through, and be kind to yourself. You're not going to be perfect. Don't compare yourself to other people's highlight reel. Do the best you can, and even on the days you're not doing the best you can, give yourself grace. It'll be okay. Tomorrow's another day. Be kind to yourself. I think we are so hard on ourselves. I used to beat myself up about not being perfect or not being like that amazing top producing, 300 transactions a year agent. You know what? I shouldn't. It was a waste of time to beat myself up. And I'm doing my best.
A waste of time to beat yourself up.
Yeah. I love that advice. I feel like so many women need that advice regularly.
Yeah.
Like, remember, you don't need, like you're not them. Stop. And especially in today's world, we talk about social media and everybody looks perfect and has a perfect life. And, it's important to remember that it's not all rainbows and butterflies.
Nor would I want it to be boring.
Right? I'd rather have a fun ride than monotonous, boring. Give me a little bit of excitement. Give me a little passion. Why don't you?
Yeah, right? Yeah. So tell us about your plans for the future. What are you going for now?
Actually, I have quite a few opportunities. I have a few brokerages recruiting me. Right now, I'm on my own.
Wait, I want to recruit you.
I know. And I'm very grateful for that. I have a lot of good people in my life. The sky's the limit right now. I know that I'm very good at what I do. I've gotten immense all the training you could think of, every training, Buffini and my, McCrary and everything. I was very hungry for knowledge because it gave me confidence in what I did. So I'm confident now that I know what I'm doing. It's just a matter of applying yourself, reaching out to my database, making them,
Yalda?
Yes, Carly?
Do you know who this person is? The comment on the
That's
screen?
my friend, Beata.
Oh my gosh, what a great comment. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks, Beata. You're a good friend of mine. I have an amazing tribe around me, but I'm looking forward. I'm actually not. I want to do great business, and I want to give my clients the best experience. But I also want, if there's such a thing, a balanced life. I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor and go walk on the beach and enjoy a sunset and have, a nice meal with family at home. So I'm just excited about where the future is going to take me, because the possibilities are really limitless right now.
It's the truth. But you've always been a stellar real estate agent. That has always been true, even in the very beginning when you were still learning. So I'm not surprised at all that is still one of your core values. I'm sure your clients really appreciate that.
I think so. Hopefully they'll be on here commenting, and we'll hear from them. But I'm grateful, and they know that just as I am passionate for everything else in my life, because they know one thing, I'm very passionate and opinionated. I bring that to them. I will fight for them like a bulldog. I'm behind them 100%, and I want to make them really happy. And I get joy out of that. So.
Yep. I believe that 100%. So do you have any other advice? Because you've given such wise advice. And don't forget, we're forgetful people. We need to hear things over. Like, don't beat yourself up. It's always
No, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
Oh, I was saying your advice so far has been spot on,
That's right.
Your tribe. I think those are awesome. What else do you have?
Yeah, give us more.
Okay, let me see what I got. Well, okay, so as I was setting up today, setting up and making sure I was ready for this, I had a stack of like 5 or 6 glass plates, and I went to move them. And I shouldn't have grabbed it with one hand, but I grabbed it with one hand, and I moved it, and it slipped out of my hand. All of them fell. The bottom 3 shattered to pieces. The top 3 survived. And it's kind of like that. That's how life is like. There's glass balls in the air, and then some of them are plastic balls. You just got to decide which ball you're going to grab. You're juggling all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So kid and career, those are some pretty heavy balls you don't want to drop. And over time, they become stronger. But you really just have to. It's a balancing act. So, and don't be hard on yourself. You're going to drop stuff. It's going to break.
Mm-hmm. Holy cow!
Learn from it. Fail forward. Learn from your lesson. Move forward. And it is what it is.
You actually dropped plates and made a life analogy out of it. You're amazing.
As I was picking up the glass, I was like, oh God, I got to share this.
Yeah, that's good. I love it.
Oh my God. That is so good. I'm sorry about your plates.
I know, that's a bummer.
It's okay. One of my favorite ones. It was red and gorgeous and colorful, and I've had it for years. And
Square or round?
It was square. It was a square red plate. Yeah, the round one was white.
I'm sorry, I just rubbed
it.
Are you shopping for plates or something?
No, how can I replace them for her? What do they look like?
This is worth way more than a glass plate, right?
I agree.
Enjoying your company, connecting, making my tribe, rebringing in not old people, but
I am old.
No, I'm years old. I'm old too. And also meeting new people. I'm really excited about my tribe as it grows. I'm a very wealthy woman in that regard.
Yes, you are. And you've always been appreciative like that. Even the words that you started our podcast with about this beautiful country, which I 100% agree with you on. So you're a light. I am so grateful. I am elated that we connected, and I'm glad to hear you're doing well. And I pray that our paths continually cross for the rest of my life. And I mean that.
I agree.
Yes.
Amen. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah.
So anyone who gets to watch this today or in the future, you're going to probably rewind it and watch it again. It was delightful. Thank you so much for your time today and your kind words and your words of wisdom. I know Kristen and I will be talking about you behind your back in a good way.
My ears were burning. My ears were definitely burning. Thank you for this opportunity. It was wonderful joining both of you ladies this morning, and hopefully my words will inspire. And to any of your guests out there or members, if you need to reach out, please feel free to send me a text. You have a question, you need some support, you have how did you handle it? 16 years in the business. I'm in my mid-40s. I've got a little bit of experience that I would love to share with anybody that would like it. It's always available.
Awesome. Well, don't jump off. I'm going to stop the live. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all and have a wonderful day.